Hey guys, Civilord here, back again with another action figure review, and today we'll be wrapping up our looks at the Marvel Legends Secret Wars wave with the big bad question mark of the Secret Wars story arc, the Beyonder, who, in all honesty, probably shouldn't have been in this wave because in the comics he was just a big beam of light. He didn't have a physical form until Secret Wars 2, and considering the name and what he's capable of, I didn't think he looked like freaking Elvis, so that's kind of stupid. But with that being said, this of course brought to us by the fine folks over at Hasbro, and before I get too far ahead of myself, why don't we cut right to the chase and get to the meat and taters of this review and take a look-see at all the Beyonder has to offer in terms of accessories, starting off with a pair of open hands, yay, as well as this planet thing with little figures on it. I think these are like the Marvel characters duking it out, but they're like oversized and stuff. I get it. They had to do that to make them fit. But that's kind of a neat accessory. I mean, gotta give them credit there. And of course, he comes with the tchotchke shield. Oh, am I not going to miss these? So, of course, like the Titania one, it's square because I guess he's a bad guy. You can take the lenticular thing out and then replace it with this. This is a waste. This extra piece of cardboard here. Like, who the heck would want to do that? The whole shield thing was a waste, but just to throw in like extra crap for it, it's like I'm sure they counted how much that cost before it was produced, because that's how Hasbro is. Stingy. Taking a closer look at the Beyonder. Definitely not as cool as the Spider-Man animated series version, which is what I would have rather have had. Come with a Madam Web, maybe, with her chair. That would have been cool, but, you know, we get the weird Elvis-looking version. One thing to note, I did have to heat up this hip to pop it on all the way. It would not pop on all the way before. But as far as his articulation goes, he's got a swivel in the head, a little bit of up and down. I don't think he has a disc hand. I think he's got the double ball peg. He's got some tilt. He's got shoulders that'll go up, back down, all the way around. Bicep swivel. Double elbow. I don't think. Is this reuse from the Red Skull, this arm? He's got the poofy sleeves. I'm not sure. He does have swivel hinge wrists, however, and a diaphragm joint that does not do much of anything. It just moves forward a little bit, moves back a little bit, and rotates. Hips will go out this far, back down, forward, back. Die cut is there, but it's very tight. Double knee. Did I just snap something? Okay. That was weird. That must have been his kneecap warping over the... Alright, I thought I straight up cracked something. Other than my knuckle trying to move that. He does have a hinge in the foot with a rocker. No boot cut, though it could have clearly been put there. But he does have peg holes at the bottom of the feet. So there you go. That is the Beyonder. This is the weakest figure in the wave for me. He's just kind of lame looking. Like, Titania was a cool looking random character I've never heard of. This guy, I've heard of him. Kind of, sort of. But he didn't look like this. So I don't have any connection with this. And he wasn't even in this story arc like this. It's nice to have a figure of a pretty big name character. Because Secret Wars was a big deal back in the day. But I would have preferred, I don't know, Doc Ock, Hobgoblin, Baron Zemo. I'm sure there's others. Magneto. Decent Magneto. Pinless. Would have been nice too, but it is what it is, I'm afraid. So, with that being said, it's time now that we move right along and take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is good old, not so good old. Is this guy a bad guy? I didn't really get that vibe from the Spider-Man animated series, but At any rate, we have the Beyonder alongside a couple other characters from the Secret Wars wave that I've already looked at on the channel, as well as the entirety of the Secret Wars wave we have, at this point anyways, looked at on the channel. So please check those reviews out if you haven't already. Would really appreciate it if you did. But here we have the black costume Spider-Man and the brown costume Wolverine. I know it's not exactly brown, but dang it all if it ain't close enough. And not only was this a wave of super retro classic Marvel characters, but it's also a full pinless wave. And if I'm not mistaken, as far as my channel is concerned, I don't think we've taken a look at a fully pinless wave of Marvel Legends before. The Blackheart wave was close, but I think there was like 1 or 2 figures that had pins in that wave. We didn't complete the entire Spider-Man retro card wave that came out last year. I think all of them were pinless. The Zabu wave, I don't think all of them were fully pinless. And X-Men 97 Wave 2, we didn't buy all of those. Maybe those were all pinless. I can't remember. So many Marvel Legends come out in a calendar year, it's hard to keep track. But as far as my channel, my reputation is concerned, this wave was fully pinless, and we looked at all of the figures in the wave. So there you go. Is that a feat? I don't know. I don't really care either. So let's get these guys out of here, so we can make room for our 2 regulars, the Mythic Legions, Brother Mandibilith. And the infamous 11 Spawn, who, as usual, towers over everyone because he is not a 6-inch scale figure. So, with that being said, it's time now that we wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, and if you haven't figured it out by now, good old Beyonder here is by far the weakest figure in the wave. I mean, really, it is literally a Elvis Presley looking mofo with a big planet thing that he can't even hold that well. Literally, if I breathe on this thing wrong, that thing is going to come toppling out of his hand. So, yeah, while I must say, the QC on this figure is decent, the figure itself, beyond that, no pun intended, okay, maybe a little bit, not so much. But that's just my opinion. So, take it for what you will. So that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Until next time, catch you guys later.